It's Sunday night, you've got the laptop open, and you've finally done it. You built the perfect budget, you've got the cells highlighted in green. You've accounted for the rent, the car, the 401k contribution, and even that $15 gym membership you never use. On row 42, the math says you'll be a millionaire by age 55. You feel amazing. You feel in control. Then Monday happens. Your kid needs new shoes because they grew 2 sizes overnight. Your tooth starts throbbing and the dentist says root canal. Then your best friend calls and says they're getting married in Italy and you're the best man. Suddenly, row 42 doesn't matter. The spreadsheet didn't account for the fact that life isn't a vacuum. It didn't account for friction. Look, we've been sold a version of financial planning that assumes you are a robot living in a laboratory. But you're a human living in a chaotic, unpredictable world. If your perfect plan fails the moment reality touches it, it wasn't a plan, it was a fantasy. My name is Prime, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart people make dumb financial choices. If you're someone who is tired of feeling like a failure because you can't stick to a rigid mathematical model, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about real-world friction. We're looking at why the math works on paper but fails in your bank account and how to build a system that actually survives the mess of being alive. The friction gap. Here's the thing. Most financial advice is built on linear extrapolation. It assumes that if you save $500 a month today, you will save $500 a month every month for the next 30 years. But a study by the FINRA Investor Education Foundation found that roughly 60% of Americans experienced a major financial shock in the past year, not in their lifetime, in the last 12 months. Here's what most people don't realize. The average return doesn't exist in the real world. The S&P 500 averages roughly 10% a year, but it almost never actually returns 10% in a single year. It returns plus 26%, then minus 18%, then plus 2%. If you need to pull money out for an emergency during the minus 18% year, your on-paper 10% average is a lie. You aren't investing in a spreadsheet. You're investing in a sequence of events, and the sequence is where the friction lives. The math of just in case. Let's look at a concrete example. Suppose you have $10,000. The spreadsheet advice: put it all in a total stock market fund. Compounding is magic. If you leave it for 30 years at 8%, you'll have over $100,000. The real-world friction. Your HVAC system dies. It costs $7,000. If you put that $10,000 into the market and the market is down 20% that day, your wealth is now $8,000. You pay the $7,000 for the HVAC. You now have $1,000 left. You've lost the ability to compound that original capital forever. This is where it gets really interesting. The mathematically optimal move, being 100% invested, is often the psychologically catastrophic move. Now you might be thinking, but Prime, I have a credit card for emergencies. Look, using high-interest debt to solve a friction problem is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The average credit card interest rate is now over 20%. If you put that $7,000 HVAC on a card and only pay the minimum, you'll end up paying back nearly $15,000. Your on-paper investment gains can't outrun that kind of friction. The psychology of the willpower tax. We also ignore the willpower tax. Financial models assume your self-control is a constant. They assume that on a Tuesday night after a 10-hour shift and a fight with your spouse, you'll still have the mental energy to cook lentils instead of ordering $60 worth of Thai food. According to research on decision fatigue, the more choices you have to make throughout the day, the worse your financial decisions become by the evening. This is why strict budgeting usually fails. It requires you to make a conscious no 100 times a day. No to the coffee. No to the upgraded car wash. No to the extra pair of socks. Eventually your brain snaps. You hit a point of frugal fatigue and you go on a revenge spending spree that wipes out 3 months of savings. Real-world friction isn't just external like a broken car. It's internal. It's the cost of being tired. The social friction nobody talks about. Then there's the social friction. Most financial gurus tell you to live like a hermit. Don't go to dinner, don't go to the wedding, stay home and watch the numbers grow. But here's what most people don't realize. Your social capital is often your greatest financial hedge. If you lose your job, the person who is going to help you find a new one isn't your index fund. It's the friend you went to dinner with last month. When you strip away the inefficient spending on social connections, you increase your vulnerability to real-world shocks. If you have $0 in fun money in your budget is fragile. It's a glass tower waiting for a pebble. How to build a friction-resistant life. So how do we fix this? How do we build a plan that actually works when life gets messy? Step 1. The inefficiency buffer. I want you to intentionally build waste into your budget. If you think you need $500 for groceries, budget $600. That extra $100 isn't lost. It's a shock absorber. It's the grease that keeps the machine from grinding when a price spikes. Step 2. Automation over willpower. Stop trying to be disciplined. Discipline is a finite resource. Automation is infinite. If the money is moved to your savings before you even see it, you don't have to use your willpower tax to save it. Step 3. The friction fund versus the emergency fund. Your emergency fund is for the big stuff. Job loss. But you need a friction fund, a liquid $2,000 that lives in your checking account. It's there so that when the small stuff happens, you don't even have to look at your spreadsheet. You just pay it and move on. The final revelation? Look, here is the truth that the paper experts won't tell you. The goal of personal finance isn't to have the most optimized spreadsheet on your deathbed. The goal is to live a life where money doesn't take up 90% of your mental bandwidth. If your plan is so tight that you're constantly stressed about slippage, your plan is the problem, not you. Real wealth is the ability to handle friction without it ruining your week. It's the ability to be human, to be tired, and to be social while still moving forward. Stop trying to be a robot. Start building a system that likes humans. If this reframing helped you breathe a little easier today, share this video with someone who's currently beating themselves up over a failed budget. Let's stop chasing perfection and start chasing resilience. I'm Prime. Thanks for watching. Now, go build a plan that actually handles the mess, and I'll see you in the next one.